Hi, welcome to this section of this tutorial. In today's tutorial, we want to talk about auto-responding, and this will be a complete explanatory aspect of autoresponder. Okay, let's get started. First is the installation. You go to Play Store and type in autoresponder for WhatsApp. Alright, there are many autoresponder here, but we are going to make use of this autoresponder for WhatsApp, this very one. They have autoresponder for WhatsApp, and they have this autoresponder for Messenger. They have autoresponder for TikTok, autoresponder for Instagram, autoresponder for Signal, and so on. But in today, let's talk about autoresponder for WhatsApp. Just click on the first one. When you click on the first one, you're not going to see this open that is here. What you're going to see will be installed. It will not be open. It's showing this open because I already have mine installed on my phone. You just click on it, though the pro version of it is 18,000 naira as of now. I don't know how much the price will be when you're watching the video, but it's 18,000 naira. You can message me or send a direct message to my email, then I'm going to give you the pro version for just 2,000 naira. For just 2,000 naira. That is for the first 10 people that will message me after I publish this video. It will be 2,000 naira, while others I will increase it to 3,000 naira. And the autoresponder I'm going to send the premium will be for a lifetime without any paying money again to upgrade it. So let's just continue. When you finish downloading it, you click on the open. It will take you to your main autoresponder. This autoresponder here, when you open yours, it's going to be plain. Nothing will be here. You're seeing these ones because I'm making use of my autoresponder already. Assuming I was not making use, you just see a blank space. A blank space that only has this turn on button and and it's going to have this add up button with other buttons that are on top here. That is the only thing you are going to see when you open your own autoresponder for the first time. Now let's go to the explanatory. When you open your autoresponder, you are going to see these icons with a blank space. And now this first space here, let's start with this one. This very icon will keep the autoresponder on or off. Now that the autoresponder is off, any message that is coming into the WhatsApp will not be responded because the autoresponder is off. So if you want to make use of the autoresponder, you will definitely turn it on. If it is on like this, you will start having auto response to any message that is being sent to your WhatsApp. That is the use of this icon. Now the second thing is this preview icon. This preview icon is used to test if the autoresponder messages that you have set on your autoresponder for WhatsApp is active. You can use it instead of sending message to your WhatsApp. You can just use here now and test if definitely what you set to respond is responding. Like here now, it's showing as if it is the sender, so whatever the sender will send, it will automatically respond. And now you're going to see what it will look like if you activate the account. Now let's go back to the next section. This very icon here, it is giving you more access to setting up your autoresponder. Now let's just click it and see what it looks like. When you click on it, it's showing search, it's showing import or export, and it is showing does not work. This very search now, you are searching for the message that you have set. It's searching for the message that you have set. Like if I search for this hello, it will show the message I have set to respond to. Meanwhile, this import or export, it's mainly used for developers. If you have already configured your input and your output outside of this app, then you can import it or you can export it for someone. Okay, I think that is a little explanation I'll give here. While this does not work now is if you set your autoresponder and it is not working. When you click on this does not work, it will show you example of what you will do. It's showing you now that you should go to your settings and then click, just turn on this icon here if it's not working. If you click on these settings now, it will take you to your own notification access, which you can see here that my autoresponder for WhatsApp is on. So even if it's not working, you can click on it, you can turn it off, and then you can on it again. Definitely it is going to work this time if it wasn't working. Okay, that is all for that. More options. And now let's talk about this icon here. This very icon gives you more access again to where you find most settings. Like you're going to find access to the rules, you're going to test your rule, and you're going to find access to settings, and then task and about the app. Now first is this rules. This rules is the same thing as the fonts that we just left. This is the rule, this is the rule. Okay, this font now is the rule that we are talking about. This is just the rule. Okay, everything here is a rule. Now the next thing here is the tax. The next thing now is test your rule. This test your rule now is the same thing as the one that I just showed you before, which is this very one. Then let's go. The next one here is settings. Let's click on the settings and see what is in it. If you click on these settings now, it is showing you more options that you are going to set on this WhatsApp, this autoresponder for WhatsApp. The first one is choose WhatsApp version. In this choose WhatsApp versions, there are many options there. You can choose whether you want to use this autoresponder for both official, both business, both WhatsApp GB, or for a custom one. Okay, while if you're using this official, if you're making use of this official, it means that you're going to make use of only normal WhatsApp, the WhatsApp that does not contain that GB or business or those things. This is the official WhatsApp. The old WhatsApp that we know is official WhatsApp. So if you select this official WhatsApp, it will only respond to messages that are sent to your official WhatsApp, being your old WhatsApp. While if you select this WhatsApp business, you are going to use this autoresponder to respond to messages that are only sent to your WhatsApp business. Okay, while if you select this GB WhatsApp, it will respond to only messages that are being sent to your GB WhatsApp. Then this custom, you can just choose the one that you want. Maybe you want to make use of any two of them, you can just select using this custom. Okay, right now I'm selecting mine to be making use of business WhatsApp, because that is a WhatsApp I'm using for business, and it's responding to the messages that are being sent to my WhatsApp business. Okay, that is all about the WhatsApp version. The next thing here now is the multiple user support. This multiple user support, as you can see the explanation there, it says reply to WhatsApp versions of other users on this device. This also supports the dual app or dual messenger functionality of most device. This means that if you are cloning your app, if you have any clone app on your phone, like any clone WhatsApp or any clone messenger, it can also respond to those messages that are being sent to those clone apps. Okay, now the next thing here is disable specific version. Okay, if you click on this disable specific version, it's going to disable. Maybe you click on WhatsApp business, let's just click on it. If you click on it now, it will disable either your WhatsApp business or your normal WhatsApp. Okay, it's going to disable anyone that you select. We are not disabling anything now. Now the next thing here is clear version list. Now the most important thing about this setting aspect is to choose the WhatsApp version you want to use for the business. The rest rules like the rest settings like multiple user support, disable specific version, clear version list, notification, specific contacts, ignore contacts, delay minimum, delay maximum, and all those things that are here. It's not very important for now, though. If you want to watch the full course that covers up all these topics, you can still subscribe to my channel, or you can still go to my full package subscription and watch them one by one. Okay, now let's leave the settings now and face the tasker. The next thing in the list is the tasker. This tasker is mostly used by developers. Okay, let's just click on it. It's mostly used by developers. You can use this now to reply to all messages or to a specific message. Okay, and you can see the options here. They are used for developers. You can easily understand them, but to implement it will be the difference between you and the developer. Okay, if you click on this tasker, it will take you to a Play Store where you're going to download it. I think the thing is at 1,800 naira right now. Okay, let's just click on it. Sorry, in this. Okay, sorry, it is about a 1,417 naira. I still have this pro version, and I'm giving this pro version at the rate of 500 naira, and it is a lifetime subscription. Okay, let's just return back to our main course. The next thing we should discuss now in this tutorial should be the add up button. This add button. Okay, the add button is the next thing we will discuss now. The add up button is used to add a row, that is a function, the message you want to respond to. Now let's click on it. If you click on it, it will give you a row, and in the row now they are giving you options. The options here will be for you to set what should be answered, that is the message you want to be answered, and then other options that are here for you to select. But let's start the explanation one by one. The first thing here is the all. This all here, if you click on the all, it will respond to any message that comes into the WhatsApp that you're using for the autoresponder. Okay, now if you click on all, what it will do, it will just add a star. It will just add a star to the message. As you can see the message here, they said a star was set as received message to reply to all messages. You can still customize the rules. Okay, but this star here means that it's going to respond to any message, whether hello, hi, how are you, where are you, all those things. It is under star. That means everything. Okay, it's going to respond to everything, but we are not making use of the star. We just click it for the tutorial purpose. Okay, now the next thing here that is on the list is what should be answered. Like you saw earlier, it was star that was there, which means it should answer to everything that comes in on the WhatsApp. But right now, the what should be answered now, let's just say if someone sends something like how are you to us. Okay, if someone sends something like how are you, I'm expecting this autoresponder to respond to this message when someone send how are you. Now before we click on the save button, let's see the options they gave to us here. They have this option that says exactly match. Okay, this exactly match here means that it should only respond to messages that are exactly how are you. This will only respond to only the messages that only sends how are you. It will not respond to any other message. Now if someone mistakenly, maybe you set this how are you with question mark at the end of it, if someone sent a message that does not have this question mark at the end, like this how are you without a question mark, it will not respond to the message because it's not exactly what you set on the receiver to respond to the message. Okay, now if you want this autoresponder to respond to any message that has something like how are you in it, okay, you're going to set it to this similarity match. This similarity match will respond to anything that looks like how are you, whether they spell the how without putting w, or they spell the are you without putting the u correctly, or without putting the are in the r, it will still respond to the message as if it is exactly how are you. Okay, then the next one here is the pattern match. This pattern match now responds to message that contains this your rules. For example, let's say if you want to set something like let's say you want to set something like your work address. Now some people can ask where is your address, some people can ask what is your address, some people can ask where can I get your address, or those kind funny questions. Okay, now or how can I get your address? There are many questions that someone can ask. Now for you to still pick up that word address in their message, you need to use this pattern match. This pattern match, now let's check the example they gave us here. This pattern match, let's just click here to check the example they gave us here. You see, they said you are going to reply to a message that starts with the text, that is the rule, which is address. In our example, we are using address. So it's going to reply to the message that starts with the word address. If you put the star in front of the address, which is this very one. Okay. Now if you want to respond to message that ends with address, you can set the one that you can put the star in front of the address. Now it will respond to any message that ends with address. If someone asks where is your address, it will respond to it. If someone say where is your address, it will respond to it. But if someone send anything like address before any message, it will not respond because you set the pattern to only respond to messages that has the address at the end of it. Okay, but there's another option which will set any word that contains address in it, like it will set it will respond to any sentence that has address in it, whatever the type. Or it could be a long thing before they ask for your address at the middle of it, or at the end, or in the beginning. What we know is that since address is being mentioned in that very message, if you put two stars in front of the address, it will respond to the message. There are more options here that is being there are more examples here being set for a better explanation. When you're making use of it, you're going to understand them one by one. Now let's just put in the asterisk signs at the beginning and at the end of it, which shows that it will respond to any message that has address in it. The next thing here in the option is the expert pattern matching. Okay, this expert pattern matching, it will be very hard for a simple person to understand. Let's check up this their information they are giving us here. They said this option helps you to set any condition you want. There are endless possibilities. It's just a bit tricky. Search the internet for anyway. This is for developer or for someone who is skilled enough to make use of the settings. It's very simple, and in short, I like this very pattern more than every other pattern, because through this pattern now you can receive the sender's name, you can receive the sender's phone number, email, anything that you want to receive from the sender. You can use this very pattern now to receive the information. Okay, but for now, just have in mind that there's expert pattern matching, which if you want to understand, you can go to the website they are giving here and then just go through them. If you're a developer, you are going to understand it. If you're not a developer, I think you can also understand a little of it. Okay, but this is mainly for developers. Let's just ignore it and continue with other message, with other methods. While we have the final one here in the option, which is the welcome message. If you're making use of this welcome message, the welcome message is immediately someone sends a message to you for the first time. Maybe that is the first time the person is having your number, and it must be someone that you don't have the contact on your phone. Like, let's check the information for clarification. They said this replies to first message which is received from a non-contact since the app is activated. Okay, that is to say it will respond to any message that is being sent to your WhatsApp for the first time, and definitely the number is not on your WhatsApp. That is the message it will respond to. It will tell the person welcome, this and that, this and that, depending on what you set on this should be sent. Okay, it will respond this message to the person that just sent you a message for the first time. Now let's move on, let's shift up and continue the next section. In the next section now we have this more help tools here. Okay, this very one here now, it's good if you understand it very well. Let's just click on it. It helps this one now helps in fixing up some informations that you likely collect maybe by the app or from the WhatsApp or from things like that. Okay, now there are many options here which I don't think we can discuss all one by one because of the length of the video. The first one here, this AM/PM, now if you set this very option here, it will respond to the sender that it is AM or it is PM depending the time they sent the message to you. If you use this name, this app name, it will show the app name that you're using, Autoresponder for the message. If you use this link, version, battery level, and all these things, it will respond to exactly what you just click here now. Like for example, let's just go straight to testing. Let us check this day of months. Okay, you see, you said what we said here now is that if someone send the word address, if someone send the word address, we should reply the person the day of the month. That's just for example, please. It's not normal to use this. We're just using it for example. So what we are going to do now, we are going to click on the save button here. Okay, so that we can just go and test it. We save it now. Now when we go to this test icon that is here, when you click on it, let's send that word now. Let's send anything like where is your address, we sent it. You see, it respond the day of the month, which today is 18th. If you can check very well, you can see at the top of my screen here that the date is 18th. Okay, it will respond to the day of the month. If now what you set here to respond was maybe day of the month, you keep space and then you set in what day of the month, and then we set the month. Okay, let's just set the month. You save. When you send the word address as we did before, it will send the day of the month and then the month, which is 11th. Okay, then if maybe let's just add up the year and make it complete. We have the day of the month, we have the month, and let's look for the year. But before then, let's try and keep space. Now let's just add the year. Am I sure that year is here? Okay, let's just add the year. Okay, so now we have the day of the month, we have the month, and then the year. We save. If someone sends the message that we set now as what should be answered, which our own here is address, it's going to reply the day of the year. It will reply the day of the year, the month, and then the year, which today is 18th 11th 2022. It is correct. Okay, that is what these options here are for. It helps in responding to messages that will use your system, like it will use your phone now to respond to those messages. You can choose to respond to you can choose to respond with the hour, the minutes, the time, the date, and all this information is here depending on what you want to use it for. Okay, that is for this purpose. Now as you can see already that we have already set what should be answered. Okay, and now is what should be sent. We already used the other one for example, but since we are making use of address, let's just make good use of this place and make it looks real. So now we are setting that if someone send the word address, we should reply something like number 12, let's just say Michael Jackson's Road. Okay, let's just set something like that, that if someone sends any address, it should any word address, it should respond to the person giving the person the address, which is 12 Michael Jackson's Road. Okay, now without testing, you know definitely that it's going to work, because we already test something like that before. You send the address, it is giving, it will reply, it will automatically respond to the person with the number, with the street address. The next thing now is you can see that we have these multiple replies. Okay, now what is this multiple replies? If you're sending multiple message at one time, you're going to set if you're going to respond to all, or you're going to respond to one, or randomly. Now for you to set this responding to all, you're going to click on this add button. Okay, when you click on the add button, it's going to give another section. You can see that there's a breakdown between this one and this one. There's a breakdown here between this one and this one. Okay, now when you click on this add, it's going to give you another section that you write something like let's just use village, let's just use something like Abia State. This dictionary is not our native dictionary. Use something like Abia State. Okay, now let's just set another one. Let's just add something like Nigeria. Now with this very one, now you can see that we are making use of 3 respond messages. We're making use of this one and this one and this one. With this now, you will set if you want the messages to reply all at once, or you want it to reply randomly. Now it is automatically set in all. But what are we going to do now after setting this very one? You can click on save, and then when someone sends the word address, it will automatically respond to these 3 messages at the same time. To just send 12 Michael Jackson Road, about Abia State, and then Nigeria at the time, without giving any space. But there's other option here that you can use to minimize the time rate that you're responding to messages. First one, since we are following step by step, let's talk about this delay in seconds. Okay, this delay in seconds, it's a place that you set the time that you will delay the message when you receive this address. Now if you're setting address, the number of seconds you're going to delay before you reply these messages. Okay, like here you can see they have the minimum seconds and they have the maximum second. Just remember that everything is in seconds. Okay, now how many seconds do we want to delay before we reply to the message? we are going to delay for 5 seconds. Immediately someone send the word address, we are going to reply to the person after 5 seconds. Okay, it's not going to fast and reply to the person. Let it not look as if it is a robot that is responding to the message. It will just delay a little for like 5 seconds to show the person that maybe we read the message and we type the address before we send, at least in that 5 seconds, though I know it's still very short. Now the next thing on the stage, let's just go straight, let's just run everything up. The next thing here is this process message with dialog flow es. Please just ignore it. It is for developers. No matter how you try, you won't understand it. It is for developer. Just ignore that very one. If you are a developer and you want to know more about this dialog flow, you can still watch other of my tutorial that covers up everything, but because of time we are rushing to make sure that this video is not lengthy. Okay, now the next thing here is to connect your web server. Is still also for developer. If you connect to this web server, you can check messages like our bank messages. Let me not mention bank name. Our bank messages, there are some banks that will give you WhatsApp number to chat with either GV, DV, EVA, or those kind of people. Okay, what they're using is Autoresponder that is being connected to their web server. This web server now, whether your phone is off or it's on, it will automatically reply to those messages. It will, like MTN, you can use the auto message in MTN customer care to recharge your line, to borrow airtime, to recharge your to even do transfer to other people. Okay, you can use that auto responder setup that they have set on their own number to do all those transactions. It is connected to their own web server, so it's basically for developers. Let's still ignore that one and move further. The next thing here is delay. It's still another delay in seconds. This delay in seconds is asking how many seconds do you want to delay before how many seconds do you want to delay when you send the first message, how many seconds do you want to delay to send the second message, how many seconds do you want to delay before it sends the last message. Okay, whether you have up to 50 messages in a line, how many seconds do you want to delay in each. Okay, now we are going to delay it in 2 seconds. That's when the first one sent, you should hold on first for the next 2 seconds, the second one will send, hold on for the next 2 seconds, the third one will send continuously. Okay, that is what this section now is all about. The next step now is receiver. This receiver now, it's for people that are using this autoresponder to reply to messages, to reply individual or to reply groups, or both individual and group. Okay, that's what this receiver is all about. Now, since I'm only using individual for this tutorial, I'm setting it at individual. Okay, you can prefer to use the group in your autoresponder, or you use both the individual and the group. Okay, depending on what you're using your autoresponder for. Now let's move on. This specific contact means that it is only going to reply to a message that is being sent by that particular person. Okay, now let's just click on the information icon to see what it's all about. They said you should type the entire name of a contact, a group, or a phone number like they are displayed in WhatsApp. Okay, and here they gave more example. If you set something like this plus 44, then you put star, that is going to reply to every messages that are being sent by UK numbers. Okay, because plus 44 is UK number. Now if you are setting it to plus star, it's going to reply to messages that are sent by a contact that are not saved on your phone. That is to say, if other number that is saved on your phone send a message to you, it will not reply this particular message. Okay, that's like a filter. It filters out the contact you want to send. Now this ignore contact is just the same thing like the specific contact. This This ignore contacts now, if you add any number that you want to ignore, it will never send any message to the contact. It will not send the message to the contact. It will ignore the contact. And one funny thing about this is that you can separate, like you can ignore more than 2, 3, 4, 8, 10, 20 phone numbers at once. Only what you're going to do, you're going to use this comma to be separating words, okay, to be separating either the name or the phone number or the group, okay. If you can set, maybe you have someone on your phone that is safe like Ike, you want to ignore Ike message, and you want to ignore you this message, and at the same time, oh, what's wrong with my keyboard? At the same time, you want to ignore gospel message, okay, and at the same time you want to ignore John's message. You can be putting comma to every number you want to ignore, but make sure that the name is saved exactly the way it is on your WhatsApp, okay. Now this specific timer, the specific timer is a time that you want to delay for each day, okay. Only reply at specific time and days. That is, if you want the message to be sent maybe once a day, when you click on it, you can just check the one that you want to, the time you want to respond, if you check on these more options, you'll see how you're going to set it. You set the time. You don't click on just mark on something like that. You set the time and the minute and the hour that you want it to reply, okay. Let's continue with it, please. The next thing now is pause rules. This pause rule now, maybe you're going to understand this pause rule when we get into the when we get to the chatbot option. It's when you're going to understand this delay rule, okay. We are going to emphasize on this delay rule much on the chatbot option, okay. So make sure you watch the video. But for the quick explanation, this pause rule, if you're sending something like address, for example, to someone, maybe you have sent the address and then the person still send address again. If you want to ignore the second message that the person still send the same address again, you can select here to set the message to ignore, okay. Now you can ignore any message that comes with the word address. If you select this message, if you want to ignore the message that comes with the word address, you can ignore like 10 times. After 10 times, the next 11 time it will respond to the person again, giving the information that you provided. But if it is not up to 10 times, you will continuously ignore the message, okay. But you're going to understand this more when we get into the chatbot section of the tutorial. Now let's move further. The next thing now is the submenu section. This submenu section is the most important section to me in Autoresponder. The submenu. This submenu tutorial will take like 2 to 3 videos to cover up the complete section, okay. But for the quick explanation, this submenu is for chatbots. If you want to respond to messages that has a message that contain another message at the end of it. For example, let me save this, okay. For example of that submenu I talked about, let's use this very one that I'm already using now, okay. Let's send the word this menu. Let's send the word menu, like someone sent a menu to me. It will tell the person, welcome to Employers Cooperative, a multi-purpose platform for tutorial, medical and promotion, etc. Now they are telling the person, select from the following example, just reply one, Okay, this star here that is being in front of this number, it's for WhatsApp. You know, WhatsApp, if you add star to the middle of every message, it will make it bold. So this message will be bold, assuming they send it to my WhatsApp. Now if you select something like one, it will show our services. Okay, so you can see it's showing our services. Now this is the work of the sub menu. This our services is a sub menu of this menu. All right, now if you click, let's just say I want to select tutorial, select one. Now it's going to open a section for tutorial. It's saying welcome to tutorial forum, please follow the instruction for Amazon KDP, this and that, this and that, this and that, this and that. This tutorial now is a sub menu of this, is a sub menu of this tutorial, and this tutorial is a sub menu of this our menu. Sure you understand? That is our work. Now if you click on this 6, they said click 6 for back. If you click this 6, if you respond this 6, it is taking you back again to this one that was a sub menu of a menu, which is the tutorial menu. Okay, now in this menu, now you select whether you want a tutorial or you want medical or you want promotion, and so on and so on. So this sub menu, it's a very serious section of autoresponder for WhatsApp, which I would not like you to miss. So just follow up for more updates. Now let's just test the delay that we set up in our tutorial. Okay, we set here that every message we send, when we send address, it should delay for like 5 minutes before it will reply the first address. It should delay for 2 minutes before it will respond to the state, 2 seconds before it will respond to the country. Okay, now let's just test the address again. Let's just send where is your address as before. Where is your address? We sent. It delays for like 5 seconds. Now it responds to the first one. For 2 seconds now it will respond to the second one. For another 2 seconds now it will now respond to the third message. Okay, that is what the delay is doing. That is what the delay session is doing. So most people, they like to delay the message for like 10 minutes. Let it look as if they are the real person that, sorry, for 10 seconds, for them to look like, for it to look like they are the real person that typed those messages. Because some people will not like to chat with robots. They will just be like, these people are doing business and they are not using their real agents to be chatting me up. They are using their robots to be sending me message. I'll just send hi. They'll just be like, hi, how are you? Hi, how are you? Hi, where are you? This and this, and the robot will be responding to the messages. Some people will not feel happy seeing that it is a robot. That's why they easily set up these delay seconds to a high number, and we'll even set this delay again for like 5 seconds upwards, so that it will look as if it's human being that is responding. I think that is all for this section. In our next section, we are going to talk much about the sub menu. We are going to talk much about the sub menu, and we are going to explain again how this auto tutorial can be useful for your business. Okay, thank you for watching the video. Please, if there's any question you'd like to ask, don't waste time, because you are likely to make mistakes if you don't ask questions. You can call my number, you can send a message to my WhatsApp number, or you can send me an email, or you can as well chat me on Facebook. The link is below this video. Just make sure you get in touch with me. And for any pro apps, if you need any pro app, a app that's already paid, you can still chat me up. And that's all for this tutorial. Please just remember to subscribe if you're watching on YouTube, and make sure you like our video, share it, and most important, subscribe and click on the bell button so you get notified whenever we post more videos like this. Thank you for watching my video, and please practice makes perfect. You can't just watch the video and think you're perfect. Put a try and then let it work. We believe so much that Autoresponder is for business, and definitely it can help you grow your business. Thank you so much.